What's up YouTube, ODST General back again with probably the most exciting update so far for EmergeNYC. This was a huge update for them. We've got the Fire Academy, we've got the cities really been added onto, they've added ladders, they've added cops, subways, a whole bunch of stuff has gotten added in. I don't even have the complete change notes, and I know that there was more change than just that stuff too. I don't know exactly what year this is supposed to be set in because there's some older advertisements for stuff like Green Lantern and Up. You know, Prison Break's got stuff on there. All sorts of different ads. I don't know if they're just pulling ads from like wherever they can get them to fit as placeholders for their own ads later on or what, but it's definitely really awesome looking. So let's go ahead and let's get ourselves a vehicle. So let's check out the police car. I've already got one set up out here. It looks like it's moved somehow. It was originally over by that fire. Presumably it's been pushed by traffic a good bit. So yeah, this is the police officer. It's a very early model. It's got some issues with the eyes and a couple other things, but you know, all in all, it looks pretty good. They've also added the capability to switch into first person on a person. You can zoom in and out in this mode. I will say that it's kind of buggy in closed spaces, so that's something to be aware of, like when you're doing like indoor stuff as like a firefighter. You know, you gotta kind of watch out for that. There's some crawling animations that were added in, so that's kind of neat. That's nice for firefighters, kind of weird for cops, you know. Let's go ahead though. Nothing new with the police car as far as I know. So let's go ahead and switch over to a new unit. Let's hit our Alt button so we get our cursor. I believe Tower Ladder 68 is a new unit, so let's actually go with Tower Ladder 68. They are also working on getting a free demo up for this. It's not up quite yet, as they're having to wait for approval through Steam. But keep your eyes peeled for that if you guys don't already own EmergeNYC. It's going to be coming soon enough to you guys. It'll allow you to basically go onto the Fire Academy grounds and drive around, you know, one of each vehicle from each faction or group or whatever. So police, EMS, and fire, of course. So Z used to open the doors, and that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Do we have anything for... We got the switch for the lights. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually hop out of here for a second. Oop. Apparently if you hit Z while inside the vehicle, it'll still actually kick into effect. So I guess we just have to right-click it for right now. I don't know if that's still the case anymore, if you can still do it through controls, as some of the controls have changed. It looks like there's supposed to be another apparatus, which is gone too. So let's go ahead and find something for us to do here. At least we will once this car gets by. Now there is a huge performance impact I've noticed with this latest update. I was able to run this pretty much on full settings, recording. I'd get a little bit of lag or performance issues, but it's a lot worse this time around. I think that's probably due in part to why, or due in part as to why they actually disabled the multiplayer for this playthrough. Now, if you guys do want to play multiplayer, it is still accessible, but what you actually have to do in order to get to it is you actually have to enable the beta for it by going through the Steam options to enable betas. So let's see if we can find something to get into here. Now, I do have the sound turned way down on mine, just so you guys are aware. So if you're going, why is my game so loud compared to his? That's why. Get these cars out of our way here. This isn't appropriate driving at all. Just in case you guys were wondering. I'm sure you weren't, but if you were, you shouldn't drive like this. Not finding any shorter buildings. You know, who's got time for New York traffic? I guess I could shut the traffic off. Ooh, there is a huge lag spike there. You know, oddly, that doesn't look like it's really translating into the video too much. You know, this building here might work, actually. So let's go ahead and... get right around this corner here. Oh, that's actually, that's the squad building. That's the, Ghostbuster firehouse. Okay, cool. I didn't realize that from the backside of it. Okay, so the outriggers and stuff work a little bit differently now with this update. That's something that you guys should be aware of getting in. So the controls and stuff will be a little bit different for each vehicle. Now, in the case of like the tiller, for instance, you actually have to be on there to control them. Let's take a look here. Yep, so we can actually just get the outriggers from right on the side of this particular apparatus. So we just go, outriggers drop down, lifts off the ground. It is now sitting even. It's not all crooked and everything like I parked it really poorly. So then there's a couple different options for this actual one, for this particular one, because it is a bucket on the end there. You can actually control it from the control panel here. So you can get on here, you can move it up and down, you know, all around from here. So that's pretty cool. Actually, you know, I probably need to do this. Or you can go to the back here and get into it from the back, and you can actually get in and control the bucket from here, which is really awesome. Now, if you do control it from the back, I'm assuming... you know what? Actually, that doesn't seem to work. So you can't actually climb the ladder on this particular one. Maybe if you get from the bottom, you can. On the other ones, you can actually climb the ladder. So if I wanted to, though, we can go up here. So that's what we're gonna do, because I do want to do that. It's kind of buggy. Now, I don't know, like, some of the controls and stuff for that are still kind of shady, so you gotta be kind of careful when getting on top of buildings, stuff like that. But as you can see, we're now on top of the squad's firehouse. Maybe even jump over the other roof if we wanted to do some parkour type stuff, which we don't. So let's go ahead and see if we can get back in. I haven't actually tried this yet. Getting in seems to be a point of difficulty from here. So that's something to be aware of. You gotta be kind of careful where you leave the bucket, otherwise you might get stranded up on the roof unless you got some guys down the ground. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get back down here. Actually, this needs to go the other way, now that I think about it. Yeah, so there's still definitely bugginess. You know, the models aren't all very high quality, but just imagine, like, this, if this were to ever get, like, VR support, that would be just terrifying, being up in, like, a bucket ladder for, like, me at least. But that would be such a cool experience, though, to be, like, seeing this in VR. There's liars all have clipping. They can just clip through whatever they need to avoid the game completely freaking out and crashing on you or something silly, stupid happening like that. So let's go ahead and retract the outriggers. We're still getting some lag spikes here. I don't know exactly what my game's got going on there for performance right now, but I'm almost sure it's Not gonna be good. Let's go ahead and switch over to the squad. Oh, don't want to do that. So let's do this, and let's see. So you can also hit X to just get rid of a unit here. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that NYPD unit. Where's our squad? There it is. So it's much quicker getting vehicles in now with this this update. The game still kind of lags a tiny bit, but it's not too bad. So we're gonna spawn in as an officer, and I can't exactly remember how to change uniforms. I'm thinking it's F3 here. It does seem to be the case. Let's go ahead and put our turnout gear on. Hit Alt. Get a little bit of artifacting going on too, which kind of stinks, but I'm sure that'll get fixed. Some stairs work better than others. A lot of stairs I've noticed you actually have to kind of like jump up them, which isn't the end of the world right now. I'm sure that will be fixed later on, but it is kind of a little bit annoying to be sure. Little office there. And there's ladder 68. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. We were going to show off the handheld ladder. So as you can see now that we've walked up to the back here, if we open this up, you can see the ladder is actually in there. But we have an option. We've got 12 foot, 35 foot, 20 foot, and a 10 foot straight ladder. So let's go. Oh, and they will extend or maybe they won't, depending on which one you get. So let's actually get with the 10 foot straight ladder first, because that is the shortest. So just a little tiny ladder here. It's very short. Won't really get us up over anything around here that I can see. You know, get us up on top of the apparatus if we needed to do that for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could, I suppose. So then you get a little ladder menu, which we can't extend or retract it because it's only a straight ladder. But there you go. There's the ladder. We can climb up said ladder. We are now on top of the tower ladder, so a little bit of clipping there. It's actually more collision to this than I thought. I am a little bit surprised by that, actually, to be honest with you guys. So let's go the other route. Let's go with the 35-foot extension ladder. So this is probably going to get us somewhere. I don't know if it'll get us quite up top on any of these buildings, but let's see here. It's about 3 stories. It might be tall enough to get us up one of these. I don't think it's going to be tall enough to get us up any of these buildings because they all appear to be at least 3 stories. It would certainly be very close if we were to get up one of them. Actually, you know what? This one's only 2 stories over here, isn't it? Let's run down the road here. Animations are kind of a little bit off, but, you know, it's fine. First build of this, so can certainly let that go. So let's place this here. You have to press Q each time to actually extend this, but you can see it extends. This one extends fairly high. I'm not sure if that's going to be far enough, though. That doesn't appear to be far enough from this angle. So let's go ahead and drop it. I'm pretty sure that's gonna fall way short. Yeah, it did. Oh, hey, interesting. You can actually walk up these, it turns out. That is interesting. Yeah, just if you needed to walk up them, you can. It'd slide back down, but you can do it. I guess these, well, those windows are kind of tall, and, yeah, there's these windows here, so maybe this is actually higher than I originally estimated this building to be. I don't know, it's kind of, Sure, it's all this. Well, I don't know. Let's see if that's to scale. No, this isn't really to scale. That door is huge. The doorknob's at like the guy's head height. So yeah, this isn't exactly to scale with some of these buildings. So that's something they're going to need to fix, because you can't really properly figure out where. Well, I guess with enough practice, you could just go, okay, yeah, this is right based off the game scaling. But it makes it a lot harder to go and like go up to a building and be like, oh yeah, that's 35 feet or 30 feet or 20 feet or whatever, you know, because when you're looking at these doors, you're going, okay, each of those windows is a story. Each story is roughly about 10 feet, give or take, you know, a little bit of building architecture or whatever. But, you know, that kind of ruins it a little bit when the door is about twice as high as it should be. I'm clipping through the ground a little bit here. It's kind of unusual. Was it doing that before? I just didn't notice. Alright, so, yeah, this update's pretty awesome, though. There is, like I said, there's the subway, too. So actually, let's see if we can find a subway entrance. So let's go ahead. Let's go Squad 28. We're going to go as the driver of Squad 28, because I just really like the squad. That is, if it loads us into that position. Okay. We're gonna find out what driving over a ladder does here in a second. Driving over a ladder does nothing, because you don't drive over ladders, it turns out. Ladder beats Apparatus. I imagine it probably beats everything. If I were to put one of those in the road, I imagine traffic would just shut down. Let's go ahead, turn on our lights, and just drive around until we find a subway entrance. Now, with the subways, they actually are surprisingly well made so far. They're already fairly built up. I'm looking around because I don't know where the subway entrances are for New York right offhand. I know it's a surprise to many of you. I know there's some around the area of like Broadway. You know what? Actually, I do know where there's some for sure. So we need to go south? Yeah. You go to 7th Avenue and just shoot straight down 7th Avenue. Oh, abort, abort, abort. I zoomed out too far, it took me off. So we're kind of going the opposite way of what we need to, so I need to get down here to the end and take a left. Oh, okay, that does turn that way. Alright guys, move out of my way. You know, I'm driving like it's Grand Theft Auto here. Gosh. This stops you dead in your tracks. This stuff's not meant to be crashed into. It really isn't. Alright, let's see how we do against traffic. Traffic moves much easier. Listen, I know I'm driving a little bit illegally here, but you need to move. Oh, I accidentally clicked out of the game. They need to make this, I don't know what goes on with this, but it's really easy to click out of the game when you're like looking around and stuff. It's like the mouse is just doing its own thing. Could have turned off there, I guess. This guy, he won't get out of the way. Should have just driven up the wrong way in traffic. I mean, with the way I'm driving, I don't think it really matters. Another lag spike. So you guys can see how performance is kind of impacted. This isn't even heavy traffic either. That's something to bear in mind. So, you know, let's, we're going to do this. We're going to shut off traffic. Not even been looking around for, like subway tunnels. I'd probably even pass them. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see here. So there should be some around here. In fact, there's one right over there. So let's go ahead and head over that way. Now, I don't know exactly how extensive the subway tunnels are. Okay, or don't let me out. That's fine. Can I get out now, please? I suspect there's not a driver in here. There is not a driver. I've been driving around without a driver. Cool. I don't know how to get the helmet and stuff on. I've seen guys wearing helmets, so I know it's possible. I just don't know what to do. Oh, that locked it up there for a second. So, there's interactable objects down here. They really don't do much. You can actually see I already came through here. And now you really can tell I came through. Okay, I've stocked vending machines before. I know they don't have this much of a single drink. Okay, we're gonna move on before I crash the game. So, bunch more advertisements down here. Looks like one's a McDonald's ad, one's an ad for Tasmania Pizza. You've got like a Coke machine here. Missing cat poster. I didn't try to go through this. Can I get through here? Does this work? It does not work. So there is a car in one of these stations, but I couldn't figure out which one. Like, I don't know which one it is, so I tried to get to it, just couldn't figure it out. But you can run around down here. Really, there isn't much going on between stations. There's little work site stuff like that to make it feel lived in, but really not much else to see. Actually, there's the car right there. I don't know which station that is or how to get to it, because this is all kind of blocked off. Now I can jump up over here. So it's 42nd Street. But you can actually open and close the doors on this thing, which is pretty cool. If it loads here... Oh, yeah, see, the loading's kind of weird. Like, you have to be, like, right on top of it. But you can actually see there's benches and everything in there. No way of getting through, sadly. I mean, I might be able to, like, glitch through if I really tried. But, you know, not much you can do about that. And still, it's really cool to see that in there. Let's go ahead and head back. I'm just debating. I don't think it's really worth showing off the Fire Academy to you guys. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's nice that it's in. But really, honestly, there is nothing special about the Fire Academy at this point in time that you can do right now that you can't do in the city. Now, with that being said, if you're having all sorts of performance issues or frame drops like this are just completely unacceptable, well, one, you probably shouldn't be playing this game yet. But if you are and you want a little bit smoother of an experience, the Fire Academy will provide that for you. So that is something to consider when you're looking at it. But like I said, there isn't much else going on as far as the Fire Academy is concerned. So we've got, you know, lower levels of subway too, so that's it's kind of nice. It's more stuff to explore, more details, more spaces for calls. Yeah, we're at the end of the line though. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on this new update. Are you excited for it? Do you think the game should have had more progress by now? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Take it easy. I will see you guys next time.